Check 1 2. Check 1 2. It's kind of coming in and out. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Just let me know when. And a pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to WHAP and live coverage of tonight's game between the Richard Bland Statesmen and the Fayetteville Technical Community College Trojans of North Carolina. I'm Aaron Miles, and welcome you in this evening to Statesman Hall for tonight's matchup in Region 10 between Fayetteville Tech and Richard Bland. Richard Bland, of course, coming off of a big game this weekend against Lewisburg College, and unfortunately came up short against Lewisburg, losing that game on the road in a very close and tightly competitive matchup between two ranked teams in the national poll. Richard Bland went into that game as the number 6 rated team, and Lewisburg went in as the number 16 rated team. Both teams will certainly still be ranked in the new poll, but Richard Bland will look to bounce back from that loss to Lewisburg. A very tough rivalry game against these Fayetteville Tech Trojans. Fayetteville Tech new to Region 10, and a bit of a short lineup here tonight, mostly freshmen. So Richard Bland will look to get back on the winning track against these youngsters of Fayetteville Tech. Going into tonight's game, Javon Arrington continues to lead the scoring parade for the Statesmen. 11.9 points per game for the sophomore right here out of Petersburg, Virginia. DeAndre Clark and Jaquan Wooten continue to contribute heavily for the Statesmen as well, both in the 11.7 points per game status. From a rebounding standpoint, Jaquan Wooten continues to dominate the competition with 9.3 rebounds per game. And Ricky Hicks and Tim Bing Jr. lead the team in assists, a couple of the freshmen there. And they will continue in this game to try and rack up those assists against these youngsters from Fayetteville Technical Community College. Fayetteville Tech comes into this game 4-14 and 1-7 in Region 10. So they will look to get back on the winning track here. It would be quite an upset if they could beat the Statesmen here tonight. Plenty of room still here in the stands. If you're in the area, we'd love to see you out. On the other side, we'll take a look at tonight's starting lineups along with tip-off and buzzer-to-buzzer coverage of Richard Bland basketball. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to WHAP, Fox Sports Radio.
Stroh-Snyder Chevrolet has an extensive inventory of new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. If you're looking for quality new or used trucks, Stroh-Snyder features the rugged Tahoe as well as the popular Silverado 1500. Stroh-Snyder offers a fantastic selection of vehicles under $15,000. Stop by Stroh-Snyder Chevrolet today, 5200 Oaklawn Boulevard near Fort Lee. Stroh-Snyder has been in business since 1966.
Where do you turn when you need help with hardware? Well, I know where I go, and that's McKay's True Value Hardware in Hopewell. McKay's has the most extensive inventory in the hardware business since 1955. If it's heating, cooling, plumbing, painting, or electrical, McKay's has it at a very competitive price, including difficult-to-find items such as wood and machine screws, stainless steel nuts and bolts, washers, filters, and hoses. Bob McKay's superior knowledge and helpful staff have what you want when you need it the most. McKay's Hardware, 416 South 15th Avenue, 458-3241.
Hello, my name is Andy Clark, and I'm an agent with Ligon Jones Insurance Services in downtown Hopewell. I'm here to tell you that at Ligon Jones Insurance, we're dedicated to serving you. You've heard all the gimmicks and sales pitches from 800 number and online companies, and we can offer all the same options such as accident forgiveness, disappearing deductibles, 24-hour claim service, home and auto discounts, and much, much more. What we offer that they can't is local knowledge and experience, a broader selection of companies and coverages, and personal service. When you call, email, or stop by Ligon Jones Insurance, you will speak to Lucky, Sherry, or myself, and you will not have to press 1 for English or wait for the next available representative. We don't just sell insurance. We back it up with great customer service. At Ligon Jones Insurance Services, we have over 60 years experience. We all live in the Tri-Cities area, and we support many different local charities. From hot dog carts to hotels, we can cover it all. So if you want better pricing, better coverage, and better service, all from a company that gives back to the community, call Ligon Jones Insurance at 458-8522 or go to www.ligonjones.com.
At Owen Insurance Agency, you're not just another number to us. We're small enough to know you and large enough to meet your insurance needs. As an independent insurance agency, we have many available options to get you the best rate through the Hartford, Grange Insurance, Northern Neck, Progressive Insurance, or Dairyland Motorcycle. We offer great auto rates for all drivers and excellent homeowners coverage. You can also receive discounts when you combine your auto and home policies with us. Call or visit to compare. Let us do the shopping for you. Owen Insurance, 507 North 4th Avenue, Hopewell, 458-9400. That's 458-9400.
And we're back here on WHAP Fox Sports Radio for tonight's coverage of Richard Bland basketball. The NJCAA National Champions from 2015 will take the court here shortly. But first, let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. First for the Trojans of Fayetteville Technical Community College out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Number 1, Trevor Lewis, and he is a freshman. Number 3 is Kiwan Major, also a freshman. Number 14, Tristan Rodriguez. He is also a freshman guard. Number 42, Cameron Grigsby, one of the few sophomores. He is a forward. And number 50 is Jonathan Henderson. He is a freshman forward for the Trojans. And now the starting lineup for the Richard Bland Statesmen. And they come into this contest tonight. A very, very good record on hand, 13-3. Of course, coming off of the recent loss, but looking to bounce back here this evening. Javon Arrington, as always, will be one of our starters this evening. Number 1, the guard from Petersburg, Virginia. Ricky Hicks is number 2. He is a freshman guard from the Bronx in New York. Number 3, DeAndre Clark. He is a sophomore from Orange, Virginia. Number 21, Jaquan Wooten. He is a sophomore from Kinston, North Carolina. And number 22, Harrison Mitchell. He is a sophomore center from Hampton, Virginia, and Phoebus High School, home of the Phantoms. Those are your starting 5 for each team here tonight. As we look at tonight's matchup, we've got to think the key to the game in the bounce-back effort for the Statesmen would be a dual effort from Javon Arrington and Jaquan Wooten. Of course, Javon Arrington leads the team in scoring. In fact, he was recently named the Athlete of the Week for Richard Bland College. He led the Statesmen to a pair of wins back in the week of December 7th through the 13th, including a big victory, 103-67, against Guilford Technical Community College out of Guilford, North Carolina. So it'll be a huge effort from him, as well as Jaquan Wooten. Of course, Jaquan Wooten leading the team in rebounds. Jaquan is a sophomore center, 6'9", and 185 out of Kinston, North Carolina. So his presence underneath is always very important for these Statesmen. So both teams are taking the court now. Fayetteville Tech, the Trojans out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. They are in all gold uniforms, tops and bottoms, with black trim and lettering. And the Statesmen, of course, in their home uniforms, which are white with green letters and trim. And they'll be taking the court shortly here. It looks like number 14 for Fayetteville Tech, Tristan Rodriguez, getting all set. And number 44, Cameron Grigsby, will be taking the jump, it appears, for the Trojans. Tonight's officials will be Chuck Gould, Don Johnson, and Mike Dixon have made the trip down here. And remember, this game is a makeup game, as the matchup was originally scheduled for last Saturday and was postponed due to the inclement weather that we saw here in the region. So Richard Bland getting ready to hit the circle, and Jaquan Wooten will likely be taking the jump for Richard Bland, and he takes his place at center court opposite Cameron Grigsby. And Wooten has roughly about 4 or 5 inches on Cameron Grigsby, so we'll see who comes out ahead here on this jump. Captain referee Chuck Gould holds the ball at center court. And here's the toss, and we're underway, and controlling the ball actually goes out of bounds. And they will say it was out of bounds off of Jaquan Wooten. So Fayetteville Tech will start things off with possession. Inbounding the ball for Fayetteville Tech will be Kawan Major. And they wanted to make sure that the clock was ready to go, and it is. And we're off and running here. 20-minute halves, of course, in collegiate basketball with a 30-second shot clock. Fayetteville Tech working from left to right on your radio dial here this evening. And number 42, Cameron Grigsby, controls the ball up at the top. They pass it around a few times. Looking to get in a rhythm here, work the shot clock a little bit. 2-point jumper up, no good by Grigsby, and a rebound to Harrison Mitchell. Here comes the Statesman on the other end. Ricky Hicks controlling the ball. He's played point guard much of the year for the Statesman, along with Tim Bing Jr., who will be coming off of the bench this evening. And number 3, DeAndre Clark, works against the Trojans defense. Ball pass around at the top of the key. Outlet pass. And Fayetteville Tech looking strong in this 2-3 defense. 3-point attempt up, no good, and a rebound to the Trojans. And Fayetteville Tech will slow it down in transition, coming the other way. Layup attempt up and no good, and the rebound to Jaquan Wooten. That was number 3, Kawan Major, who put up the 2-point attempt to no. Looking for a lane. Richard Bland running the 1-3-1 and looking very stringent on defense as well. Pass over to number 50. That's Jonathan Henderson, the freshman. And they bring it back out with 10 on the shot clock. Fayetteville Tech looking for an open man. Grigsby is going to drive to the basket. Layup attempt, no good. It's deflected. He keeps the ball. 1 second on the shot clock. And Richard Bland will get it back. So nice defensive stance there by the Statesman on the other end. 2-point attempt up and no good. And a jostle for the rebound underneath, and it's going to go out of bounds, and Fayetteville Tech will once again get the ball. So the Statesmen have yet to put up a productive shot here in the first 3 possessions. They've been settling for shots on the outside thus far. So the Trojans with the ball. Once again, still a scoreless tie here with 17:56 remaining. And a quick steal by Richard Bland. They get the ball back, and they call a simultaneous possession. So a jump ball, and it's going to go back to Richard Bland on the possession arrow. So both teams playing a stringent defense here in the first couple minutes of this game. Harrison Mitchell inbounds the ball to Ricky Hicks out of the Bronx. They pass the ball around at the top. Hicks looking for a man. He's got him down on the inside. Wooten not able to convert, and a foul. So Harrison Mitchell got the rebound and the foul. The foul will be on number 42, Grigsby, his first. So Mitchell will get 2 foul shots here to try and make a dent in the scoreboard. Mitchell's first shot is up and off the back iron, no good. So Mitchell will get a second shot here. Of course, Harrison Mitchell out of Hampton, Virginia in the Phoebus Phantoms. Second shot for Mitchell is up, and that one's off the front iron, no good. So still a scoreless tie here with 2.5 minutes elapsed in the first half. Here comes Fayetteville Tech on the other end as they were able to collect the defensive rebound. Passes around at the top of the key. Open man on the side, and it's good. So a nice shot there to put Fayetteville Tech on the board first by Jonathan Henderson. 2-0 in favor of FTCC. Henderson was open for that two-pointer. Looking for an open man are the Statesmen, and they find him in the corner. Three-point attempt up and good. Nice shot there. That's DeAndre Clark for three. 3-2 Statesmen. They got Clark open on the side there, and he drained it. So Fayetteville Tech now running a play up from the top. Their point guard is number 1, Trevor Lewis. The layup attempt is good, and that's Kiwan Major for 2. And it's 4-2 in favor of Fayetteville Tech. Quick layup attempt on the other end by Mitchell is good. So Harrison Mitchell gets 2 points the easy way, and it's 5-4. So now trading baskets, both teams. Fake attempted a three. Now he drives towards the basket. Good defensive play by the Statesman, and it's last touch by Kiwan Major, and the Statesman will get the ball. Subs coming in now for the Statesman. Stanley Taylor will check into the game for the first time, the local out of Matoaka High School here, as well as Miles Markland, also out of Matoaka High School. So with a 5-4 lead, the Statesmen have possession with about 4 minutes elapsed here in the first half. Arrington thought about a three, didn't take it yet. Over to Taylor, over to Markland. Markland back to Taylor, and they bring the ball out with 14 on the shot clock. Drive to the basket is no good by Javon Arrington, and a rebound to Fayetteville Tech. Now they're pressing up the court. Oh, and a nice steal there. Nice hands by Ricky Hicks, but Fayetteville Tech keeps possession. 15:30 remaining first half, 5-4. Fayetteville Tech with 20 on the shot clock, working against this Bland defense. Scramble for the ball down low. It goes out of bounds, and it'll stay with Fayetteville Tech with 14 on the shot clock. Fayetteville Tech coached by Brian Hurd. And, of course, the Statesman coached by Chuck Moore in his 4th year. 86-27 record for the Statesman. Fayetteville Tech inbounds the ball. 2-point attempt up, no good. And a rebound to Jaquan Wooten. And here come the Statesmen on the other end. Looking for a layup attempt. Markland puts it up, no good. And a rebound to Fayetteville Tech. So the Statesmen have an anemic field goal percentage here to start off the first half. Shaking off a little bit of that rust. They had that game against Lewisburg, and Fayetteville Tech hanging in there early. Passing around on the left-hand side of the Trojans, looking for something open, not able to find anything yet. Kiwan Major working against Erickson, dishes it into Henderson. He's blocked, a clean block there. Nice play by Stanley Taylor. And here come the Statesmen from right to left on your radio dial. 3-point attempt, Javon Arrington up, no good, and a rebound to Fayetteville Tech. So the Statesmen just not able to hit their shots here so far tonight. Layup attempt, good, and that's Trevor Lewis for his first 2 points of the night, and it is 6-5, Fayetteville Tech. So the Statesmen looking for some uncontested shots to try and increase this field goal percentage. They've had a rough go of it so far. Fayetteville Tech's done a nice job of keeping that 2-3 defense. 3-point attempt up, Markland, no good. And the rebound, Jaquan Wooten grabs the offensive glass, no good. And it's going to be a jump ball. So Fayetteville Tech will get possession on the possession arrow. Harrison Mitchell will check back in, as well as Tim Bing Jr. for the first time tonight. And Kenny Walters, the other sophomore for Fayetteville Tech, will check in for the Trojans. Walters, one of 2 sophomores on this team. Ball inbounded by the Trojans. And bringing it up the court will be Trevor Lewis. Lewis, the freshman guard, dishes it to Kenny Walters, newly checked into the game. Over to Grigsby. Grigsby with a nice dribble to the lane. Off the back iron, though, and no good, and Harrison Mitchell gets the rebound. Here come the Statesmen on the other end. Tim Bing Jr., newly checked into the game for the Statesmen, brings it into the front court. Dribbles over to the right side. Inlet pass to Stanley Taylor. Jump shot, good. Nice shot there by Stanley Taylor, and it is 7-6 in favor of the Statesmen. So these two Region 10 teams trading the lead here early on. 7-6 now in favor of Richard Bland. Kiwan Major dribbling up. Gets a nice inlet pass, but it's not able to be handled by Kenny Walters, and that's a turnover. So checking in now for the Statesman is Travias Smith. This is his first appearance in the game. And he will give Javon Arrington a quick breather. So Tim Bing Jr. brings the ball into the front court for the Statesman off the turnover. Dishes it to Markland on the side. Markland looking for an... Dishes it off to Smith. Smith looks for Harrison Mitchell. He's well guarded. Instead sends it to Bing on the left-hand side. Over to Markland. Back to Taylor. Quick passes all the way around. 5 on the shot clock. Travias Smith. Pump fake, and he travels. So a turnover on the other end by Travias Smith. So 7-6 here with 12:22 remaining in the first half. Some pressure in the backcourt, and they get Stanley Taylor for a foul. That's his first foul and the team first. Both teams only with 1 foul. So neither team fouling a lot, but we have seen a few turnovers as well as a lot of missed shots by both teams. They continue the pressure in the backcourt. They break the pressure. Three-point attempt is no good. Nice rebound, though, by Fayetteville Tech. Another three-point attempt is no good once again. Rebound, Harrison Mitchell. Quick baseball pass up the court to Travias Smith. Nice move, but he's not able to convert on the layup, and Fayetteville Tech gets the rebound. 2-on-1 now. And he hesitated before going to the basket. He's rewarded, though, with a foul, and he will go to the line for 2. And that foul will be on Tim Bing Jr., and that's his first and the team's second. And going to the line for 2 will be Tristan Rodriguez. Rodriguez puts up this first shot, and it is off of the side iron and no good. Rodriguez, the freshman guard. He's been in since the opening buzzer. Second shot for Rodriguez is up, and that one is good. So all tied up now, 7-7. So Tim Bing brings it into the front court for the Statesman, passes it to Taylor, and now back up to the top to Tim Bing. Miles Markland gets the ball on the right-hand side. Dish to Harrison Mitchell on the inside. Nice pass there by Travias Smith, and Harrison Mitchell converts for 2, 9-7. And they mix up. Nice defensive play there by the Statesmen to tie up Fayetteville Tech, but they turn it over. Mitchell not able to get the pass over to Stanley Taylor, and Fayetteville Tech will retain possession. They made a nice defensive play there to get a 2-on-1 situation, but they throw the ball away. 3-point attempt off of the inbounds is no good, and a rebound to the Statesmen. Statesmen in transition. They have numbers. Miles Markland for 2. Markland got by the Fayetteville Tech defense, and it's 11-7. Three-pointer. Wow. That was a nice shot there, and that was number 14, Tristan Rodriguez. And he's quickly got 4, and it's 11-10 Bland. And a three-pointer on the other end by Tim Bing Jr. Nice shot in transition, Tim Bing, and it is 14-10 Statesman. Bing not as well known for his shooting, but that was a nice shot in transition by the freshman. Blocking foul on the inside, and Trevor Lewis will go to the line for 2. The call is on Stanley Taylor, and that's his second, so he'll need to come to the bench. So that'll be Lewis to the line for 2. Lewis's first shot is up, and it is good. He's got 3 points so far tonight. Checking in will be Jaquan Wooten once again. Also number 23, Brandon Henry, the freshman out of Abbott Tech in Connecticut, but originally from Chester, Virginia. Add into the substitutions, number 4, Robert Smith, also a Phoebus Phantom. officials had a quick discussion before this next shot. And second shot is oncoming, and it is good. So Lewis nails both of his free throws, and it's 14-12. Nice pass inside and a block. Wow, Wooten blocked by Grigsby. And Wooten gave him a little shot coming back down the court. I don't think the officials saw it. Grigsby for two, and it's good. No call. Grigsby hits the two, and it's once again tied, 14-14. So Robert Smith gets the ball for the Statesman, passes it off to Travias Smith. Inlet pass by Bing to Wooten, and he's fouled. This time Grigsby did not get away with the foul. That'll be his second. And Jaquan Wooten will go to the line for two. Two scrappy players, and we've seen both of them get a little physical. So Wooten will get two shots. And Wooten's first shot is good. Wooten's really improved from the free throw line from last year. His free throw percentage was certainly a struggle. This year he has been much more effective from the charity stripe. So Wooten will get a second shot with 10:05 remaining here in the first half. Still only a 1-point game between these two schools. Second shot is up, and it is good. So Wooten looked really good on those two free throws, and it's 16-14. Bland gets the steal on the inbounds. Travias Smith not able to convert, but he's fouled, and he will go to the line for two. And they get Kenny Walters on the foul. That'll be his first and the team's third. So that's what Bland is going to have to do to be successful, is continue to mix in a little bit of pressure. And they're rewarded with two foul shots based on that pressure. Smith's first shot is up, and it is good. So Travias Smith gets the first of two free throws. And the second shot is up, and it rolls in for Travias Smith, the freshman out of Lake Taylor High School in Norfolk, Virginia. More pressure now on the inbounds for Fayetteville Tech. They break the pressure, get into the front court. Layup attempt as they had numbers, and they call a blocking foul. So Tech will go to the line for two, and they call that one on Wooten. That'll be, or excuse me, that's going to be on number 12, actually, Travias Smith. That'll be the team's fourth foul, and Kiwan Major will go to the line for two. Major's first shot is up, and off of the back iron, no good. DeAndre Clark will check back into the game for Travias Smith. And Arrington will continue to take a breather. Second shot attempt for Kiwan Major is up and no good. Rebound for the Statesman. Brandon Henry brings it back into the front court. Quick pass up to Robert Smith. Layup, no good. And it's knocked out of bounds. Possession to Fayetteville Tech. 18-14. Halfway through this first period. And Richard Bland holds a slim lead against this upstart Fayetteville Tech team. Fayetteville Tech taking their time here as they got an uncontested walk to the front court this time. Passing the ball around at the top of the key, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Open three-point attempt is up and no good, and a rebound to the Statesman. That was Trevor Lewis who took the three-point attempt for Fayetteville Tech. Knocked out of bounds by Fayetteville Tech, and it will be inbounded on the sideline by the Statesman. So 9:15 remaining here in the first half. Once again, both of these teams playing really scrappy defense here, and it's caused a lot of points off of turnovers and a lot of rebound opportunities for both teams. Not a low or high scoring half by either team. Robert Smith is going to take it to the basket, and he misses the layup, but Wooten gets the rebound, and he's fouled. So Wooten will go to the line for another two. That foul's going to be on Derek Lowry, who just checked into the game, the freshman forward. So this is what Wooten does so well. He creates opportunities to get to that free throw line with those offensive rebounds. First shot for Wooten is up and off the back iron, and it's no good. So 2 for 3 thus far is Jaquan Wooten, the sophomore. Second shot for Wooten is up, and that one is good. Wooten hailing from Kinston, North Carolina, and South Lenoir High School. 19-14 with 8:54 remaining here. Trojans looking to cut into this 5-point lead, the biggest of the night thus far for the Statesmen. And the Trojans work the ball around as they have been. They work the shot clock quite a bit. They don't take early shots on most possessions. 6 on the shot clock, and driving in, they dish it out instead for a 3, and it's good. So a nice shot there by Kenny Walters. That's his first points of the night, and it's 19-17. Statesmen hurry it back into the front court with the 2-point lead. And Ricky Hicks dishes it over to Clark, back to Hicks. Over to Smith for 3. No good. Air ball, Robert Smith. And tussling for the rebound underneath. And looks like Jaquan Wooten got it. See who got the 2-pointer there, but either way, it's 21-17. Credit that 2-pointer to DeAndre Clark. Timeout, Bland off of the made shot. And we'll take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back on WHAP Fox Sports Radio, 21-17 in favor of the Statesmen.
Heretic Feed and Seed has been Hopewell's lawn and garden expert for over 70 years. They say, if it grows, we have it. We also sell and service Cub Cadet, Steel, Echo, Exmark power equipment. Heretic Feed and Seed is the place to go. They are the service center for the largest equipment dealers in the area. That's Heretic Feed and Seed for all your lawn and garden needs. Located at 417 South 15th Avenue, Hopewell, Virginia, for all your lawn and garden needs.
And welcome back to coverage of Richard Bland Statesman basketball here on WHAP Fox Sports Radio. It's 21-17 early on here in tonight's contest. Richard Bland holding the small advantage over Fayetteville Tech. Ball inbounded, a quick shot attempt, no good, and the rebound will go to the Statesmen. They pressure it up court quickly. It's knocked out of bounds by the Trojans. Nice defensive play there by Kilo Chavis, who's checked into the game recently. And Chavis knocks it out of bounds instead of an uncontested layup for the Statesmen. And the Trojans have been playing very chippy defense here. Ball inbounded to Wooten. And Ricky Hicks will set up a play on the outside. Still 20 on the shot clock for the Statesmen. Quick passes around. Wooten gets it on the inside. Hook shot's no good. Rebound Chavis. And here come the Trojans once again. Chavis looking for an open man. He finds him way outside, but the shot is no good. And a rebound to the Statesmen. Statesmen working it around to DeAndre Clark. Clark trying to find an open man. 3-point attempt is good. Nice shot there as Tim Bing Jr. dished it to Javon Arrington for 3. That's Arrington's first points of the night. And it's 24-17. Biggest lead of the evening for the Statesmen. So the Trojans now looking to cut back into that lead. Tough defense and a foul. And really, Kilo Chavis was bailed out there by Brandon Henry. That's his first foul. So the first foul of the evening for Henry. That's 5 against the Statesmen. Next foul will put them in the 1-1. This has been somewhat of a consistent issue for the Statesmen, is committing these early fouls and sending the team to the foul line. Kilo Chavis, who recently checked into the game, working the ball on the top of the key. Quick passes around by the Trojans. Chavis now driving against DeAndre Clark. He spins around. Passed it off is good. And that's Trevor Lewis for a 3. He's got 6 points, and it's 24-20 once again. 3-point attempt on the other end by Clark is good. DeAndre Clark for 3. He's got 8 points so far, and it's once again a 7-point lead for the Statesmen, 27-20. If you give Trojans Back on offense now, looking for an open man. Kilo Chavis fakes the shot, dishes it into Henderson, not able to handle it, but he keeps it from going out of bounds. Chavis now for three. Off the back iron, no good, and a rebound to Stanley Taylor. Statesman in transition, three-point attempt. Clark, no good. Rebound, though, to Javon Arrington. Nobody's stripped away. And that was Kenny Walters with a nice play to strip the ball from Javon Arrington, and they get the ball once again. Looking for a man. Layup attempt is no good. Nice play by Bland to get a hand in his face there. And they, in transition, get the rebound. Layup is good. So Javon Arrington for two. He's come on strong here in the last few minutes. And the Statesmen now have their biggest lead, 29-20. Statesmen looking to pull away here. They've let Fayetteville Tech hang around for a little bit, but it'll be interesting to see how they respond to the biggest deficit of the night. Kilo Chavis finds Henderson in the corner. Three-pointer up, no good, and a rebound to Harrison Mitchell. So Mitchell now gets it back into the front court, over to Ricky Hicks. Hicks into the corner, three-point attempt, Arrington. Good! Javon Arrington for three. Timeout, Fayetteville Tech, and it's a full timeout. And they will look to re-strategize on the sideline. So Richard Bland now on a run, 32-20, up by 12, their biggest lead of the night. We'll be right back on WHAP Fox Sports Radio. You're listening to Statesman Basketball.
This is Jeff Butler, pastor of Hopewell's Woodlawn Presbyterian Church, and I invite you to come visit us sometime. We're a church that not only worships together each Sunday morning at 11, but on Tuesday nights serve our members and those from the community by bowling together at the 15th Street Bowling Alley from 6:30 to 8:30. The first Saturday of each month, we offer a free breakfast starting at 8:30, and each Sunday, rotating between afternoons and evenings, we offer a youth program for middle schoolers and high schoolers. We also have a preschool for ages 3 and 4. We support missionaries in Haiti and Russia, regularly support the Super Kids ministry throughout the Tri-Cities, and the Big Brother and Big Sisters program here in Hopewell. We think that the most important thing that we can do in our life is to give back to the Lord for how graciously and generously He has loved us in Christ. As we love God with all of ourselves and our neighbor as ourselves, we see lives changing for Christ, youngsters becoming mentored, the community being strengthened, and the Tri-Cities becoming more hopeful, joyful, and peaceful in the midst of the chaos of the world. I invite you to come check us out, Woodlawn Presbyterian Church, 1201 Blackstone Avenue, right here in Hopewell.
And we welcome you back here on WHAP Fox Sports Radio for more coverage of tonight's game between the Richard Bland Statesmen and the Fayetteville Tech Trojans. And the Statesmen have pulled out to their biggest lead of the evening, 32-20. Off of a couple of very quick three-pointers by Javon Arrington. So the Trojans inbound the ball. 4:31 remaining here in the first half. They get the ball inside, but nowhere to go as Stanley Taylor made a nice defensive play, and Arrington gets the steal on the pass. So coming back the other way, Bland looking to capitalize on the turnover, and it's going to be called a jump ball. Wow. So Fayetteville Tech got a hand on the ball before Harrison Mitchell was able to put it in, and it's going to stay right here. So Bland has the possession arrow, so it'll stay with Richard Bland. The referees conferencing really quickly, though. And the question was the shot clock reset. And they reset it to 28 seconds instead of 30 because the simultaneous possession happened right before or right as the ball was crossing midcourt. Inbounded and a travel by Javon Arrington. So Arrington tried to sneak into the ball and he committed a traveling violation in the process. So Fayetteville Tech will get the ball back for fresh 30 and 4:10 remaining here in the first half. Fayetteville Tech now working against the Richard Bland's 3-2 defense. And number 2, Kenny Walters, the sophomore, passes it in. Henderson gets it in the paint. Nowhere to go, though. Taylor playing really good defense tonight. He gets the ball back, and a steal by Stanley Taylor working against Henderson. Ball thrown up to DeAndre Clark. Layup attempt good. DeAndre Clark for 2. He's got 10, and it's 34-20. Fayetteville Tech behind. So Bland responding nicely to a Fayetteville Tech team who has played a very tough defense here. Richard Bland has responded with a great defensive effort of their own. Henderson at the top, looking for a man. He finds Cameron Grigsby. Grigsby will take the three. That's no good. I think Bland will give him that shot all day. And it goes out of bounds, but it's going to stay here with Fayetteville Tech. Last touch by Harrison Mitchell. So that one last touch by Mitchell, inbounded to Fayetteville Tech. So Tristan Rodriguez working against DeAndre Clark. They switch up the defender. Gets to Taylor. Three-point attempt on the other side. No good, in and out. And a rebound to Harrison Mitchell. Mitchell probably has 5 or 6 rebounds thus far. DeAndre Clark's going to get another open three. It's off the back iron, but Javon Arrington with a nice rebound. Layup is good. So Javon Arrington Taylor, quick 2-point attempt is no good. Rebound, Fayetteville Tech. Fayetteville Tech coming back on the other end. And this is where it's interesting to have a team full of freshmen to see how they respond to the run that Richard Bland just had. Inlet pass to Henderson, and it's blocked by Mitchell. Ball up in the air. DeAndre Clark, they have numbers, and a layup by Ricky Hicks. That's the first 2 of the night for Ricky Hicks, and it's 38-23. Fouled is number 1, Trevor Lewis, and the foul is by Ricky Hicks. That'll be Hicks first, and Walters will go to the line for 2. It's actually Trevor Lewis who was fouled. He will go to the line for the 2 free throws. Just 1:45 remaining here in the first half. First shot is up, and it's good. Lewis has 8 points. He leads all scorers for the Trojans. Wooten will check back in, as will Brandon Henry and Travias Smith. Miles Markland also checks back in, so wholesale substitutions for the Statesmen. First shot is up and good. It's actually the second shot. The first shot was a miss. Sorry, he made both. So 9 points now for Trevor Lewis, and it's 38-25 Statesmen. Henry passes it off to Miles Markland. Back to Henry. Henry will drive to the basket by himself, and he lays it in. Brandon Henry for 2. 40-25 Statesmen. Fayetteville Tech with 1:22 left, looking to cut into the deficit here. Really, they've only had open 3-pointers. Anything to the basket has been. Here in the first half. So the Statesmen bring it up as Miles Markland dishes it back to Travias Smith. Open 3, Tim Bing, in and out, no good. And the rebound goes to Grigsby. Grigsby with a one-on-one opportunity, and he is fouled going to the basket. So Grigsby will go to the line for 2. That will be on Travias Smith. That's his second. So Grigsby will have a chance for 2. Nice hands play there on the other side by Grigsby to get the ball, and he took it all the way up court with no hesitation, and he was rewarded with 2 shots at the line. 42.6 remaining here in the first half. So Grigsby will take a few dribbles, puts up his first free throw attempt, and it is down for the first point. Second shot coming now for Grigsby. Pretty good attendance here tonight. The kids just got back to school today, and really good turnout for the first night back to school. Grigsby's second shot is up and good, so Grigsby converts on both of his opportunities. It's 40-28. 39.2 remaining, about a 14-second difference between the game and shot clock. Tim Bing gets the ball over to Travias Smith. Smith over to Miles Markland for 3, no good. And a rebound to Fayetteville Tech. Shot clock is turned off, 23.2 seconds remaining and a foul. And this will be a 1-and-1 opportunity. That foul will go against Brandon Henry. That's his second and the team's 9th. And it will be Kewan Major going to the line for the 1-and-1. So Kewan Major, with 20.9 seconds left, has an opportunity to get this down to a 10-point lead. And Major's first shot is up, and it's good. Checking in for the Statesmen for the final few seconds of the quarter will be Harrison Mitchell, and Miles Markland will go to the bench. So an interesting first half so far. Fayetteville Tech hanging around and trying to stay in this game. Second shot is up, and Major makes both. So it's 40-30, and we'll see if Bland will hold for the final shot of the half. Tim Bing Jr. taking his time, bringing it to the front court. 13 seconds remaining. Bing gets around the defender. He passes it down low to Harrison Mitchell, but it's deflected. Fayetteville Tech gets the ball. They're going to have a shot at the basket. Oh, and what a block by Travias Smith. Goes out of bounds. Travias Smith got way airborne there. Got a clean block, and with 1.5 seconds remaining, Fayetteville Tech will have possession and get an opportunity for the final shot. But what a play there by Travias Smith. The ball will be inbounded by Kenny Walters to try and get an open look. It's into Grigsby, but they're not going to get a shot off, and that will be how the first half ends. So 40-30 at the end of the first half. Richard Bland holds a 10-point lead, but a pesky Fayetteville Tech team will have a 10-point deficit to work with as we go into halftime. We'll take a quick commercial break. We'll come back on the other side with first half statistics. You're listening to WHAP Fox Sports Radio. It is 40-30 in favor of the Statesmen.
Shoes need repairing? Don't know where to take them? Cavalli's Leather Shop and Shoe Repair, 3514 Oaklawn Boulevard in Hopewell, is the place to go. Cavalli's features a complete line of motorcycle apparel, including vests, jackets, chaps, road packets, tool pouches, and gloves. Need a patch sewn on your biker's vest? Cavalli's is the place. They also carry Western boots and hats. That's Cavalli Shoe Repair and Leather Shop, 3514 Oaklawn Boulevard in Hopewell. Phone 458-2016. Open 9 to 6 weekdays, 9 to 5 Saturday. For all your real estate needs, buying, selling, or renting, call Ingram & Associates Real Estate at 804-458-9873. This announcement brought to you by Delegate Riley Ingram, representing the 62nd District in Virginia's House of Delegates, consisting of Hopewell, Prince George, Chesterfield, and Henrico County. You may call Delegate Ingram on his direct phone at 804-452-2202. The number again for Ingram Associates, 458-9873.
It sure was great watching the U.S. archery team do so well in the Olympics.
It sure got me excited for archery season starting October the 1st.
Come by Dance's Sporting Goods and check out our huge selection of bows by Matthews and Elite.
And any accessories that you might need. Or just bring your bow in and have one of our archery techs tune it up and get you ready for your season.
Come on, get you some.
Dance's Sporting Goods at South Park Boulevard in Colonial Heights. Like us on Facebook or check us out online at dancesportinggoods.com.
Mimi wants you to become aware of Heritage Custom Cabinets located at 23024 Air Park Drive, Petersburg, Virginia. Heritage Custom Cabinets designs and builds the cabinets you desire at a price you can afford. They have a custom selection showroom to explore the way you want your cabinets made. When designing cabinets, Mimi will walk you through every detail, from the colors to the countertops to the perfect stone backsplash. She loves to design and build quality cabinets just for you. Heritage Custom Cabinets is located at 23024 Air Park Drive, Petersburg, Virginia. The main number is 861-5251. That number again is 861-5251. Call Heritage Custom Cabinets today to get started with your fantastic kitchen.
And we welcome you back to the halftime show here on WHAP Fox Sports Radio for tonight's game between the Richard Bland Statesmen and the Fayetteville Technical Community College Trojans, as we saw a very scrappy Fayetteville Tech team actually hang on for roughly a 4 to 5 point deficit for a lot of the half. Richard Bland went on a 12-0 run, but Fayetteville Tech drew it back to within 10 points as we ended the first half. Some of the key players for the Statesmen: Javon Arrington, 10 points, including 2 made 3-pointers out of 3 attempted. He also had 3 rebounds in the first half, so Arrington always a key to the success of the Statesmen. DeAndre Clark also had 10 points in the first half, 2 rebounds and 3 assists for the Statesmen. Harrison Mitchell, 4 points, including a couple of really, really good defensive plays. 5 rebounds total for Mitchell, 1 steal and 1 block. The Statesmen had in the first half, 44.1% field goal percentage. I'm certain they'll want to improve upon that. 3-point percentage of 35.7 and 62.5% from the free throw line. As for Fayetteville Tech, they are led by Trevor Lewis and 9 points from the freshman. 7 points for Tristan Rodriguez, including 2 for 3 from behind the arc, and 5 points for Cameron Grigsby. The Trojans were 28.6 from the field. They'll certainly have to improve upon that if they want to stick around in the second half. They did do well from the free throw line, though, 71.4% as a team. So as we go to the second half, the question will be, how will Jaquan Wooten contribute here in the second half? He did have 2 blocks for the Statesmen. However, his only points came from the free throw line. 3 for 4 was the tall sophomore Jaquan Wooten. So that'll be a big part of the second half, certainly for the Statesmen. As for Fayetteville Tech, if they want to stay in this game, Tristan Rodriguez, 2 for 3 from the three-point line. We'll have to see if he can keep up that percentage, and that would certainly be a wild card to try and keep Fayetteville Tech in this game. We'll take a quick commercial break. We'll come back on the other side. We'll have some scoreboard from the other NCAA college games going on now, and then we'll hear the second half action as Fayetteville Tech tries to climb back into this game, down 40-30 at halftime. You're listening to WHAP Fox Sports Radio.
This is Jerry Williams, Hopewell High School class of 1964 and president of the John Randolph Foundation. John Randolph Foundation partners with local communities and organizations in Hopewell, Prince George, and the surrounding areas to support good health and bright futures. Through our grants and scholarships, we fund programs that make your neighbors' lives better. Visit us on Facebook to learn more. John Randolph Foundation, healthy communities, bright futures.
We play physical.
Stroh-Snyder Chevrolet has an extensive inventory of new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. If you're looking for quality new or used trucks, Stroh-Snyder features the rugged Tahoe as well as the popular Silverado 1500. Stroh-Snyder offers a fantastic selection of vehicles under $15,000. Stop by Stroh-Snyder Chevrolet today, 5200 Oak Lawn Boulevard near Fort Lee. Stroh-Snyder's been in business since 1966.
Where do you turn when you need help with hardware? Well, I know where I go, and that's McKay's True Value Hardware in Hopewell. McKay's has the most extensive inventory in the hardware business since 1955. If it's heating, cooling, plumbing, painting, or electrical, McKay's has it at a very competitive price, including difficult-to-find items such as wood and machine screws, stainless steel nuts and bolts, washers, filters, and hoses. Bob McKay's superior knowledge and helpful staff have what you want when you need it the most. McKay's Hardware, 416 South 15th Avenue, 458-3241.
And welcome back to the halftime show here on WHAP Fox Sports Radio. As we know, it's a 40-30 game here at Statesman Hall as Richard Bland leads Fayetteville Tech by 10 here at the half. But let's take a look around the country for some top 25 NCAA scores as well as some NBA scores. Villanova, the number one team in the land, leads Seton Hall 38-23. That's just in the beginning of the second half up in Philadelphia. Number 9, UNC leads Syracuse at the half 42-30. That one down in Chapel Hill. Butler earlier on this evening took out Marquette 88-80 in Indianapolis. So a nice win for Butler there on their home turf. Creighton got a big road win against Xavier 72-67. Both ranked teams, and Creighton really looking like the real deal this year there in the AAC. And a game later on this evening, number 2, Kansas will go on the road and take on Iowa State in Ames, and that is a 9 o'clock start time later on this evening. As for the NBA, some early action here tonight, some early final scores. The Atlanta Hawks get a 1-point victory against the New York Knicks. Dennis Schroeder gets 28 points for the Hawks. Really a nice game for him. He hit the go-ahead three-pointer to get the victory for the Hawks. The Wizards got a 120-101 win against the Trailblazers. The Wizards really on a roll lately. Bradley Beal gets 25 points for the victorious Wizards. The 76ers get a 114-104 win against the Milwaukee Bucks. Joel Embiid gets 22 points for the victorious 76ers. Indiana Pacers get a 98-95 win against the Pelicans. And Paul George contributes 19 points for the Pacers. The Nuggets get a 125-112 victory against the Magic. The Nuggets really putting up a lot of points lately, including 140 when they played over in Europe just a few days ago. Nikola Jokic for the Nuggets gets 30 points on the evening. And the Celtics and Hornets are early on in the first quarter, and the Celtics lead the Hornets 19-18 in Boston. The other two games tonight, later on this evening, will be the Utah Jazz at the Phoenix Suns, and then the Oklahoma City Thunder at the Los Angeles Clippers. I'm going to try and catch some of that tonight myself. That's a 10:30 start time over on the West Coast. So that's a look at your scoreboard for tonight. And in just a couple of minutes, we'll be back in action, about 5 minutes on the clock, and we will see Richard Bland as they try to extend this lead against the Fayetteville Tech Trojans. You're listening to Statesman Basketball on WHAP Fox Sports Radio.
Hello, my name is Andy Clark, and I'm an agent with Ligon Jones Insurance Services in downtown Hopewell. I'm here to tell you that at Ligon Jones Insurance, we're dedicated to serving you. You've heard all the gimmicks and sales pitches from 800 number and online companies, and we can offer all the same options, such as accident forgiveness, disappearing deductibles, 24-hour claim service, home and auto discounts, and much, much more. What we offer that they can't is local knowledge and experience, a broader selection of companies and coverages, and personal service. When you call, email, or stop by Ligon Jones Insurance, you will speak to Lucky, Sherry, or myself, and you will not have to press 1 for English or wait for the next available representative. We don't just sell insurance. We back it up with great customer service. At Ligon Jones Insurance Services, we have over 60 years experience. We all live in the Tri-Cities area, and we support many different local charities. From hot dog carts to hotels, we can cover it all. So if you want better pricing, better coverage, and better service, all from a company that gives back to the community, call Ligon Jones Insurance at 458-8522 or go to www.ligonjones.com.
At Owen Insurance Agency, you're not just another number to us. We're small enough to know you and large enough to meet your insurance needs. As an independent insurance agency, we have many available options to get you the best rate through the Hartford, Grange Insurance, Northern Neck, Progressive Insurance, or Dairyland Motorcycle. We offer great auto rates for all drivers and excellent homeowners coverage. You can also receive discounts when you combine your auto and home policies with us. Call or visit to compare. Let us do the shopping for you. Owen Insurance, 507 North 4th Avenue, Hopewell, 458-9400. That's 458-9400.
Heretic Feed and Seed has been Hopewell's lawn and garden expert for over 70 years. They say, if it grows, we have it. We also sell and service Cub Cadet, Steel, Echo, Exmark power equipment. Heretic Feed and Seed is the place to go. They are the service center for the largest equipment dealers in the area. That's Heretic Feed and Seed for all your lawn and garden needs. Located at 417 South 15th Avenue, Hopewell, Virginia, for all your lawn and garden needs.
This is Jeff Butler, pastor of Hopewell's Woodlawn Presbyterian Church, and I invite you to come visit us sometime. We're a church that not only worships together each Sunday morning at 11, but on Tuesday nights serve our members and those from the community by bowling together at the 15th Street Bowling Alley from 6:30 to 8:30. The first Saturday of each month, we offer a free breakfast starting at 8:30, and each Sunday, rotating between afternoons and evenings, we offer a youth program for middle schoolers and high schoolers. We also have a preschool for ages 3 and 4. We support missionaries in Haiti and Russia, regularly support the Super Kids ministry throughout the Tri-Cities, and the Big Brother and Big Sisters program here in Hopewell. We think that the most important thing that we can do in our life is to give back to the Lord for how graciously and generously He has loved us in Christ. As we love God with all of ourselves and our neighbor as ourselves, we see lives changing for Christ, youngsters becoming mentored, the community being strengthened, and the Tri-Cities becoming more hopeful, joyful, and peaceful in the midst of the chaos of the world. I invite you to come check us out, Woodlawn Presbyterian Church, 1201 Blackstone Avenue, right here in Hopewell.
Shoes need repairing? Don't know where to take them? Cavalli's Leather Shop and Shoe Repair, 3514 Oaklawn Boulevard in Hopewell is the place to go. Cavalli's features a complete line of motorcycle apparel, including vests, jackets, chaps, road packets, tool pouches, and gloves. Need a patch sewn on your biker's vest? Cavalli's is the place. They also carry Western boots and hats. That's Cavalli's Shoe Repair and Leather Shop, 3514 Oaklawn Boulevard in Hopewell. Phone 458-2016. Open 9 to 6 weekdays, 9 to 5 Saturday. For all your real estate needs, buying, selling, or renting, call Ingram & Associates Real Estate at 804-458-9873. This announcement brought to you by Delegate Riley Ingram, representing the 62nd District in Virginia's House of Delegates, consisting of Hopewell, Prince George, Chesterfield, and Henrico County. You may call Delegate Ingram on his direct phone at 804-452-2202. The number again for Ingram Associates, 458-9873.
And we welcome you back here on WHAP Fox Sports Radio for tonight's coverage of Richard Bland Statesman basketball as the Statesmen take on the Fayetteville Tech Trojans here on a beautiful Monday evening in Petersburg, Virginia. This a makeup from a postponed game just over a week ago as the Statesmen elected to postpone the game due to inclement weather. And with 46 seconds remaining on the clock before we get started once again, we'll take a look at the keys to the second half. Once again, Jaquan Wooten, 3 points thus far this evening, does have a couple of blocks and has made a defensive presence known, but will they go to him in the hole? The free field goal percentage was pretty low for the Statesmen, particularly in the early part of the first half, and always a high percentage shot when you can dish the ball to Wooten. And how will Fayetteville Tech respond if they do indeed go down low? The keys for Fayetteville Tech is going to be three-point shooting. They're having a very difficult time getting open looks near the basket. So the question will be, can Tristan Rodriguez and Trevor Lewis do an effective job here in the second half against this Statesman defense and getting some open looks? So the teams will get ready to take the court. It'll be Fayetteville Tech starting off with possession. We had a couple of jump balls in the first half, so Fayetteville Tech will get the first opportunity at possession. And with 20-minute second half getting ready to commence, they will look to cut into this 10-point lead that the Statesmen have built up early on in the first half. So we are off and running in the second half, and Fayetteville Tech inbounds the ball. They will be going from right to left on your radio dial on this second half. Working the ball around, and they pass it off to Kewan Major. Major gets it over to Tristan Rodriguez. Rodriguez being mercilessly defended by Javon Arrington. They end up getting it to the hole, but it's blocked, and a nice play by Bland, and they will work in transition to try and get a free point. Shot is no good. Harrison Mitchell gets the rebound. His shot no good. Jaquan Wooten gets the rebound. His shot blocked. Scramble for the ball, and they call a foul. It looks like that's going to be on Fayetteville Tech. We'll wait for the indication from the officials. Yep, that one is going to be on number 42, Cameron Grigsby. That's his third foul, and that will be the first team foul of the quarter, or for the half, excuse me, for the Trojans. And they will reset the shot clock to 30 seconds. And Coach Hurd did not agree with the call, but it will be the Statesman ball underneath the basket. Clark almost got an open three, but he had some trouble handling the ball on the inbounds. He dishes it into Mitchell. Back to Clark, back to Mitchell down low. And they're going to call a travel on Harrison Mitchell. So good defensive set by Fayetteville Tech. And they get the ball back once again. So Fayetteville Tech, once again, comes out of the locker room playing good defense. And we'll see if they can convert some points coming down the other end. Cameron Grigsby gets the ball up near the top, working against Harrison Mitchell. Nice pick by Henderson. Grigsby gets an open two, but it is an air ball. And Jaquan Wooten actually got a hand in his face. And Richard Bland will get the ball back. So second verse, same as the first here in the second half, defensively for both teams. Both teams starting out defensively with a good effort. We didn't see our first points in the first half until about 2.5 minutes in. So Arrington dishes it around to Ricky Hicks. Hicks over to DeAndre Clark, the 1-2-3 alley-oop attempt, and it goes off of the basket the wrong way. Bland keeps possession. Technically counted as a shot because it hit the rim, so the shot clock reset. And fouled underneath is Jaquan Wooten. He will go to the line for two. That foul on number 50, Jonathan Henderson. That'll be his first and the team's second. And Jaquan Wooten will go to the line for two. Wooten was 3 for 4 in the first half on free throws. And those are his only 3 points of the evening thus far. First shot for Wooten is up, and that one off the back iron, no good. And he will get his second shot on coming. So Wooten dribbles once. Second free throw attempt is up, and that one is good. So 4 for 6 for the line thus far as Wooten. 4 points total on the evening, and it's 41-30. So Fayetteville Tech brings it back into the front court. Bland not using defensive pressure in the back court yet. And a nice layup there. Got around all the defenders, did number 1 Trevor Lewis. And that's 11 points for Lewis so far. Layup attempt no good, but the putback is good, and that's Wooten's first field goal of the night, and it's 43-32. So Fayetteville Tech looking for an open shot. Grigsby working against Wooten, thinks better of it, and they reset. Trevor Lewis working against Ricky Hicks. They dish it over to Kuwan Major. 3-point attempt by Rodriguez, no good. And a rebound to the Statesman. Ricky Hicks able to collect the rebound. DeAndre Clark thought about taking a three, didn't take it, and a foul. So Wooten dribbling the ball up at the top is fouled by Trevor Lewis, and that's not a high percentage play for Jaquan Wooten, so Lewis kind of bailed him out there, and that is going to be the team's third foul. So 3 fouls early on here against Fayetteville Tech, down 11. Arrington takes the three-pointer. Off the back iron, no good, but Wooten able to get another deep offensive rebound. Wooten with another 2 points, and Wooten has been big under the basket here to start this second half. 45-32, Statesman. So Fayetteville Tech now coming back on the other end. The Trojans down 13. 3-point attempt is no good, and a rebound to Harrison Mitchell. So cold shooting coming out of the locker room for the Trojans. Harrison Mitchell looks for the open man. He finds DeAndre Clark for 3. That's a nice shot there by DeAndre Clark. That's his third made three-pointer of the evening, and it's now 48-32 Statesman. This matches their biggest lead of the night. 13 points for DeAndre Clark. And the Trojans now trying desperately to find an open man so they can narrow this down at least a little bit. Inlet pass, and there's a foul, and going to the line for two will be Trevor Lewis. That foul will be against Ricky Hicks, and that's his second. First foul of the half for the Statesmen. Coach Moore not very happy that Trevor Lewis got all the way to the basket there and was fouled. So it'll be 2 free throw attempts for Trevor Lewis. The first is up and good. So make it 12 points now for Trevor Lewis. Lewis was 4 for 4 in the first half on free throws. The second shot is up, and it rims out 48-33. And a steal by Grigsby on the other end. Nice hands play to take it away from Mitchell. 3-point attempt up and no good. And a rebound for DeAndre Clark. Knocked out of bounds. They're going to call it off of Bland. And it'll be Fayetteville Tech ball once again. Really nice play there by Trevor Lewis to knock it off of DeAndre Clark and out of bounds. And Fayetteville Tech will get the ball back on their sideline. 48-33. Subs checking in for the Statesmen. And a nice defensive play by Markland, but he knocks it out of bounds. And it'll stay right here with Fayetteville Tech. So Lewis will inbound the ball working against Ricky Hicks. He inbounds it to Henderson. Henderson will dish it back to Lewis up at the top. And Blanche is playing really well on the inside. 4 white shirts. You're not going to get through that defense yet if you're Fayetteville Tech. They need to look for open shots on the outside and from the perimeter. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Not able to get that open look they've been looking for. Grigsby with a contested 3. No good. And a rebound for Javon Arrington. Markland on the other end. Layup good in transition. Miles Markland has 4 points, and it's 50-33 Statesmen. So the Statesmen, once again, with points off a turnover, and they have their biggest lead of the night. So the Trojans now working against this tough defense, and there is a foul on the play, and Tristan Rodriguez will go to the line for 2. That one against Markland. That's his first of the night, team third. Make that the team's second. And Tristan Rodriguez will go to the line for 2. Rodriguez was 1 for 2 in the first half on free throw attempts. Rodriguez holds the ball and takes a deep breath. And the first shot going up for Rodriguez is good. 8 points thus far for the freshman guard. Tim Bing checks back in for Ricky Hicks. And Tristan Rodriguez will try and sink this second to make it a 15-point deficit.